On a sunny day in July, on campus at the Alliance Manchester Business School, your Manchester pop-up studio is here for the GM4WOMEN2028 Dialogue, Deeds and Determination Summer Festival. There's a lot going on today. We have founder and creator of the movement, Professor Helen Pankhurst CBE, with us today, plus lots of speakers and lots of activities. We're going to speak to one or two people who are involved, but also as well the delegates that have attended the event. So let's get going. And I'm here with the founder of the initiative and the movement. Should we call it a movement?
We should call it a movement.
Well, I think we should call it a movement. Professor Helen Pankhurst CBE?
Yep.
Oh, CBE. Anyway, nice to see you. Tell us all about GM for Women 2028.
Thank you. Well, GM4WOMEN2028 was set up in 2018, and the idea was to use the 10 years between 2018 and 2028 to make as much change as we can in Greater Manchester. Greater Manchester, the birthplace of the suffragettes, both the personal home and the political home. And the sense is that we still have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have equality in any sphere. So we're looking at the data, what the data is showing us in terms of what still needs to be done. We're looking at dialogue, because without a conversation on specific policy changes, nothing will change. And we are talking about getting women together, getting feminists, male and female, together to make that change. So it's about deeds and determination as well.
Fantastic. And I know that one of the things you've said there about getting men involved, we've got a few men here today. What are they doing?
Well, there are men here as allies, as engaged, as listening, as contributing, because we're not going to change this on our own. It has to be men involved as well, men and young people as well. Yeah.
She's very busy today, so I'm going to let her go. But I'll end with saying, the rise of women does not mean the fall of men. I have with me, the great honour to have with me, Gail Heath, CEO of the Pankhurst Trust, including the Women's Aid. And hi, Gail, how are you?
Hello, Caroline. I'm very well, thank you. Excited about today.
Tell us about today and why you're here.
Well, I'm here because I'm passionate about women and girls and all things women and girls equality, and I know there's going to be some proper change makers in this room today. So I'm also here to network a bit to see who I can support and who might support us a little more.
And if anybody wanted to donate to Pankhurst Trust, how can they do that?
Go to our website, the Pankhurst Trust, online, and there's a donate button. You can donate your time, you can donate your money, we quite like the money, skills, and anything about, if you've got history or you want to tell us a story, come and meet us. Come and visit us on a Thursday at the Pankhurst, and from the 14th of July on a Sunday too. You'd be very welcome.
I can't add anything to that. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Okay.
So, Jan, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Yeah,
How's
the day?
Yeah, is the day been good?
Yeah, really good. Learned loads and met some fantastic people.
See, this is fantastic. For our viewers, can you tell us a little bit about SmartWorks? What on earth is it? Or I know what it's about because you know me, I like it. But tell our viewers exactly what it's about.
Right, I will. SmartWorks is a charity. We support unemployed women in their journey back into the workplace. We support anyone who's unemployed, who's a woman or who identifies as a woman, 16 plus, all the way up to retirement age. And we provide a job search coaching service. So if someone's perhaps been out of the workplace for a long time, isn't confident about how she's going to re-enter the workplace, what skills are appropriate, how to translate her lived experiences into competencies, we do an online coaching session to do just that. And then when the client goes on to get an interview, that's when the real magic happens, as you know.
Yeah.
We invite the client into our big showroom in Stockport, and the first part of the session, it's a 2-hour session, and it's she's styled in a fantastic interview outfit that's hers to keep, high quality, often very new stock, but it reflects her personality, what she thinks she looks good in and what she would feel confident and comfortable in at an interview. And then when she's super happy about how she looks, and she's the first barrier of I don't fit into that interview space because I haven't got anything to wear. Once that's out the way, she then goes into a personalised job interview coaching session, which is with an accredited coach, one-to-one, and it's that client for that job with those core competency requirements and making sure that she smashes it. And 70% of the clients who go through the process get the job, and 84% say they feel more confident that they will get a job. We're open on certain days for donations. We sometimes say what we need, because we stock sizes 6 to 26 from a clothing perspective, and every shoe size that a woman's feet can be. So every now and again we will say, if you've got work bags or size 7 shoes, can you bring them? But no, we will take high quality, gently worn clothing, because it's important that our clients are dressed in clothing that's really appropriate for them. And the minute they see a thread hanging or a hem undone, it sets the wrong impression. So high quality, fabulous stuff, of which you have plenty. Yes, we'll gratefully receive it. Just get in touch with SmartWorks at SmartWorks GM on any of the social media platforms.
Excellent. They're not having any of the zebra stuff. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. I've got a big smile on my face because I've got one of a long-time contact, long-time friend, Abba Graham, with me. Hi, Abba.
Hello, nice to be here, Caroline.
Right, brilliant. We're here at the GM for Women 2028 in our Your Manchester pop-up studio here at the Alliance Manchester Business School. And you're a friend of Your Manchester's as well, aren't you?
Of course. Oh my gosh, I hold them in such high esteem. An all-rounder inclusive organisation, and I've had so many profile moments. So yeah, I love them.
That's great. So, award-winning Abba Graham, campaigner, community champion. What are you doing now? What's the key thing that you are working on now, Abba?
Well, the last nomination I was shortlisted for was called the Good Disruptor. So I continue on that trajectory to raise my head above the parapet and challenge race inequality. And so with that in mind, I actually am the founder and the lead for Stockport Race Equality Partnership, challenging the status quo.
That's brilliant. And so here at GM for Women 2028, what brought you to this event?
Well, I'm a woman, that's first, and essentially when we talk about race equality partnership, it encompasses all the inequalities that people from my background will go through, and one of them is massive, it's a woman's issue, where women are not given the same fair chance, and the gap is so wide, whether it's in recruitment, whether it's in education, employment. So therefore I have come here just to learn, to observe, to contribute, and hopefully to take away some of what I've learned back into my locality.
That's brilliant. I don't need to add to that, really. That's spot on. Thank you very much for speaking to me today.
And thank you for having me.
Queen Bee Coaching is a fantastic initiative, part of the project from the Pankhurst Trust. I'm really proud to be an ambassador of Queen Bee Coaching, and I have one of our coaches, Helen Ibbott, with me. Hi, Helen.
Hi, Caroline. Nice to see you.
Right,
Nice to meet you.
So, how long have you been with Queen Bee Coaching?
Probably 2 and a bit years. I started just before the lockdown,
Right.
and then I've kind of carried on during the lockdown.
Did you watch any of the Radical Talks?
I'm not the greatest on social media. Some of today is about starting to connect a bit more with some of the other things that go on around this, but no, I didn't.
We need to polish up your skills. And besides the Queen Bee Coaching, what do you do in your day job?
So I work for the Manchester and Trafford local care organisations. I'm the Director of Strategic Planning and Reform. Don't worry too much about the job title, it's not the easiest or most accessible. Essentially, we run all of the community services for adults and children in Manchester and Trafford, so your health visitors, your district nurses, social workers, etc. That's what I do in my day job.
That's 2 boroughs out of 10. That's a lot of square miles.
It is, and we feel really responsible, but we're so proud of what our teams do on a day-to-day basis. What those teams did during the lockdown, continuing to see people out in the communities, out in their houses, was just phenomenal. It's one of the best jobs I've ever had. I feel so proud to work for that
That's fantastic. We commend you. Right, a silent round of applause. And so we're here at GM for Women 2028. Stop giggling. We're here at GM for Women 2028. What brought you here? So I know the thread and the connection is Queen Bee Coaching, but what else brought you here?
I came to kind of promote what we do in Queen Bee Coaching. So we've got a group session on this afternoon and some drop-in sessions, but actually it's just to find out more about other organisations going on across Greater Manchester. I used to work for the Greater Manchester Partnership team, and I was really interested in the Devo Mank stuff that was happening for women, and how we kind of get more women's voices kind of in policy and what we do around kind of leadership. So I'm kind of here to do some of that. Open-minded, really.
Fantastic. A prime delegate, really, because what she wants to do is find out something new. And that's what we want you to do with GM for Women 2028. Come to the events, engage, find out something new, see how you can be involved. Eva's come to join us in our pop-up studio. Hi, Eva. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. We've got a lovely sunny day today. And where are you from? And also tell us why you've come to GM for Women 2028.
I work for Vesta, Specialist Family Support. We work with Polish families in England and Wales, and we offer them specialist support around domestic abuse, parenting and mental health. We're actually part of GM for Women. We're in the safety group. So I came here to see what the group as a whole has been up to, what they're planning, what their plans are, and it's really good to see everyone face to face, because we've had these meetings online, but it's not the same. So it's good to see everyone.
That's brilliant. And what are you looking forward to today?
I'm looking forward to meeting new people, taking part in discussions, and also sharing the views of our client group, and to just to enjoy the afternoon with other people today.
Well, I hope you have a fantastic time. There's so much more going on. I am really excited because I keep trying to arrange to see this young lady and we keep missing each other. Do you know, the last time we were together, it was a Pankhurst event, and it was September 2019. And it was my afternoon tea with the SDGs. Joanne Conway, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. Finally, we get to meet again.
Exactly. Now, for the viewers, tell us your full job title and what it entails.
So, my name's Joanne Conway, and I'm Head of Diversity, Equity and Inclusion at EY. So, what that entails is really from setting the strategy and the agenda around how do we create an organisation that creates equitable opportunities for our people, and really that creates a consistent experience, the lived experience of our people. So all of our communities, from things like our talent processes, the end-to-end around making sure that there's fairness throughout everything that we do, but also down to the really listening to what do our people want, what do they need, and how can we make a difference that's going to really impact the individuals on a day-to-day basis.
That's brilliant. I want to say an amen and hallelujah to that. I really, really do. So what brought you here today to GM for Women 2028?
So I'm here today because, as I said, I've been connected with the work that you've been doing and all of the team, and I live in this area. I'm from Dublin originally, but I live in the Manchester area, and I've got two children. One's a 10-year-old daughter who I brought with me here today, who is a massive football fan. She plays football, she watches football, and one of the things that we're talking about today is about how do we really create an equal space for girls and women to play football, and actually in the Greater Manchester area, how do we create equal spaces for all of our young girls and women. So I'm here because this is something that's really important to me, and I'm here as a mum, and I'm here as a woman who believes in equal rights for everybody.
Equality for the future and passing the baton on.
Yeah.
That's a great message. Joanne Conway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And this is Caroline Whitehead signing out. So tell me, Kim, what football team do you play for?
I play for the girls team and then the mixed team.
And where's that?
In Glossop.
In Glossop, brilliant. And why do you like football?
I like when I slide people.
Slide people. That's that really cool tackle when you just take them from underneath the feet, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? When was the last time you did that?
Probably the last game that I played.
Yeah, and where was that and who was it with?
It was for the boys' team, but the boys' team, like, we had to stop for summer, so we, like, stopped in, like, May or something.
Yeah? Yeah? Brilliant. So you play on the boys' team as well?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So, future star, Kim Conway. Pay attention to her. Thank you for speaking to me. See you soon.
Bye.
Women's voices are rising, and we are questioning if the patriarchy's stronghold is subsiding. We have platforms to be heard and our stories of lived experiences to be shared, inspiring the next generations to hold the foundations of much more to come until the job is done. We have lived too long with our freedoms breached, our cries out of reach to ears in command, ruled by an unfair hand. Banished, bruised, shamed and abused, again we must take action to change the rules. The times are changing and we have some improvements, but there is still work to be done. Just look at period poverty, everyone invited, and the Me Too movements. The upskirting of women is now a criminal offence. Thanks to the Gen Z Gina Martin for her time and perseverance, partitioning and gathering signatures, presenting them to parliamentary figures. For a law to be passed, we are now free to wear a skirt with no camera invasions at last. Community leaders and elders stepping up to the challenge, reaching out, shouting loud, this is the women's football crowd. Inclusive football participation for all, a game with meaning beyond fame and blame. This is what we want to see to counteract the shame. Here to demonstrate diversity and gender equality and banish stereotypes with winds of female authority. A reflection of the nation's call, our part and including all. Changing the race equality status quo to hold them accountable beyond conditioning control. Becoming more rebellious to push things forward no matter how awkward. Approaching authorities to change policies that are inclusive and represent experiences, understanding community concerns to bring about fairness. The aim is to progress and galvanise allies, informing, storming, norming to realise we need each other to make this better and communicate our experiences to reach our education systems and change traditions. Just imagine safety on our streets with no living fears, women to walk freely in this city we hold dear. By carrying the torch of liberation, we now pass it on to the next generation, keeping our stories alive, together standing strong, as women we thrive. Today has shown us women's suffrage has not gone in vain. We only grow stronger knowing we have much more to gain. We are all pioneers who are shifting gears. The passion and courage witnessed paved the way. We give thanks and deepest gratitude for this day, reaching our goal to assimilate for all G4 women in 2028. Thank you. Thank you very much, Claire. This is all you. This is all your content. Thank you.
We must always support the young people to carry it further. I've been bandying about, thank you. I've been bandying about a quote since Windrush Day 2022 because I've been doing some work with the Windrush events that have been going on. If anyone doesn't know what Windrush Day is, look it up and find out. But the quote, and I know it's a man's quote, but it's a great quote, is that I can see further because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. We want the younger generation to step forward to see further than we can see because they're standing on our shoulders, because what we're doing right now, we are giants. Give yourself a round of applause. I'm stood here next to Beijing. Hi, Beijing. Beijing doesn't talk. Beijing is made by someone called Jessica, and it's a harmonious fusion of two cultures, Chinese and English, and it's a play on the word Beijing, so Beijing. And that's why I thought it'd be nice to stand here to talk a little bit about GM for Women 2028. This is the first outdoor event, in-person event since 2019, and the first summer event as well. And huge thank you to Alliance Manchester Business School, Jane Cromwell-Home and Dr. Jill Ingham, who allowed us to come here to have this event. It's a wrap today. It's been a huge success. Partners, Pankhurst, as well as Your Manchester Media, the Whitehead Files and the Zebra Partnership, along with the Women and Girls GMCA panel. So what did we talk about? So many things. If you go to the website for GM for Women 2028, you'll find out more. But I want to say, from here in Manchester at the Alliance Manchester Business School for GM for Women 2028, thank you so much. Please go to the website and find out more. GM4Women2028.org.